Man, so this lady came to my house yesterday talking about she saw my dog chasing people on bikes. My dogs don't even ride bikes. You know what it is, and you know what we do. Hey, it's the What Up Doe, the What Up Doe, the What Up Doe show. Yo, 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 what up, Doe? It's your boy OG Tim Wilson, and I am on a Friday night, and I am here with the Nasty Boys, Big Ed and Ways. What up, Doe, fellas?
What up, though?
What's
That's good.
good?
That's good. What's good, man? I had a big week, man. I had a lot of fun this week. Great week, man. My nephew and my sons. And happy birthday to Evan. And happy birthday to anybody else celebrating a birthday. Get well soon to my boy Bill Hill. And happy birthday to anybody else. Mm-hmm.
Oh shit! Ooh, look at me being a bad father. I'm gonna throw my birthday shout out to Ben tonight. Right now, his
All
birthday
right.
will be tomorrow, turning
All
8.
right. Happy birthday, Ben, too. Happy birthday, Ben.
Okay, it went down to Alabama.
Oh, damn. I had the wrong sound effect up. God damn it. Never mind. Never mind. Never mind that. We got a little sneak preview of the show right there. So, anyway, man, we got a lot of shows lined up for y'all. So, be with no further ado, let's go ahead and get this party started. So, before we get started, man, I just want to give us, say this, man. I had a great time with my sons. I didn't recover until today. His birthday was Tuesday. We partied from noon to 2 a.m. And I was out of it for Wednesday and for Thursday. And I was back today. I was back today. And I'm looking forward to tomorrow. I got a couple big things coming up tomorrow for the weekend. I got the annual alumni picnic. So the whole it's not the same as a reunion. It's no matter what year you graduated, as long as you went to our high school, you're invited. So it gets to be a really cool event and really big. And then tomorrow night, it is my reunion that we're having. So it's going to be a full day tomorrow. And to get up and play golf in the morning because that's my weekly routine. That said, what's going on with you, Big Ed?
Nothing much, nothing much. Happy birthday, nephew Ben.
Happy birthday, B.
Uh, oh, gee, never mind, never mind.
What?
I was gonna call you out. I was like, you skipped part of your reunion.
Huh?
You
Oh,
just said your reunion.
What about it?
How long?
It's 40 years. A 40-year reunion. Absolutely. Absolutely. My 40th year. Yeah. Yeah.
Congratulations. That's a long time.
Yes, it is, man. I'm proud of it, too. God damn it.
Yeah.
Damn proud of it. Still look good. Still feel good. Still fucking 24-year-old women. I'm good. I'm happy.
I think I'm going on my 27th.
Hey, man, a lot of people didn't make it. So,
So,
that's
oh
one
yeah.
thing. That's one thing I tell the young bucks to try to make fun of old people or call them, make them think they're insulting me if they call me old man. And just hope you make it here, baby. Because not
yeah,
everybody do.
I feel
Not
that.
everybody do.
I had some young
Right.
people about some. Oh, men don't know how to handle breakups. I was like, young men don't know how to handle breakups. You still fucking cry.
Hey man, breakups are hard, and that's part of, but it's part of life. So,
Hey,
uh,
I'm a grown man, and if my wife broke up with me today, I'd be bawling like a baby.
you
Oh,
know, that's one thing I don't do is judge how people take that because I mean, you've been married for a while. That's like part of your family.
Yeah.
That's like losing a family member.
yeah.
So I get
Yep.
it. I get it. I was hurt when I lost my wife. So, but it is what it is. Life goes on. You do know that. You do know that life goes on, and you just you suck it up. You take it like a man, and you move. You start the next chapter. For me, I needed to move around, and I moved down to Houston and started my next chapter. Right,
Right.
and that's
Me,
how it
I'm,
is.
for me, I'm just not a very emotional person whatsoever, and It ain't that hard to move on. There's plenty of pussy out there.
That's true, but it ain't all about the pussy though. That's the thing. It's plenty
Right.
of pussy, but that's all. When it comes down to it, if you love who you with, you don't just love the pussy. You love more than that.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
That's the hard part to replace. Is everything else.
Oh
Yes, pussy is easy, but the rest ain't. That said, let's do this. We got a lot. We got some stuff to cover. So let's
Cheers.
do it.
yeah.
Cheers for you. Woohoo!
Oh, that's so nice. Oh,
Wife bought me some of that bullet old fashioned cocktail mix drink. It's pretty good.
Really?
It's pre-mixed old fashioned.
Y'all know what this is? Y'all know anything about this?
Verner's. Oh wait.
Verner's ginger ale. Vernon's.
Yes. Y'all know anything about that?
No.
I know a little something.
That's a Detroit brand. That's a Detroit brand. That's a Detroit. That's history. I'm drinking right now. That's a local brand here in Detroit. Verner's ginger ale, the best ginger ale you'll ever have.
Yeah. See, down here, all we get really is Seagram's or Canada Dry.
Best ginger ale you can ever get is some Verner's. You come here, you get you a case of Verner's, go back, and you'll be back. You'll be back once a year to get you another case.
I don't know. You smart enough and get that shit shipped.
There you go. There you go. Nowadays, you can just go online and get you some.
Yeah.
Yep.
Just
Yeah.
like good.
Yeah, I remember the first time I didn't know that when I was little. I didn't realize that Verner's was a Detroit thing, and we had went down to Louisiana, and we had some big 2-liter bottles, and my cousin picked it up and said, "What the fuck is this?" And they were like, "This Verner's." He said, "Did it get you fucked up?" I was like, "Verner's? What is it? You don't know what Verner's is?" It was kind of funny. So anyway, man, what other story is there to start with? But the biggest story of the week.
Ooh.
Montgomery, Alabama became the home of a civil rights movement again.
Mm-hmm.
The Riverboat Melee. I don't need to tell y'all what happened. Everybody know. It's if you've been hiding under a rock, you know. I mean, that's how big this story is. Not you know the old saying, if you don't know this, you've been hiding under a rock. Nope, the rock would have told you to, because somebody picked the rock up and threw that motherfucker. So
Mm-hmm.
something that you know, no matter what. So I will just open the floor to your thoughts.
A bunch of people became members of the FAFO Club.
The Fat Folk Club, to mess around and find out.
Man, it was hilarious. And all the memes that are coming out with that they're coming out with now.
The classic meme. The memes have been absolutely classic. This has been the best collection of memes about a story that I can remember for a long time. I don't even know who could have been memed better than this one. It was some great ones out there.
Yes.
Right. And there's a story coming out of it that they're saying is part of a little part of Black history that like was untalked about before. When the fight first started, security guard took his hat off and threw it up in the air.
Correct.
And a lot of people are saying that that's a symbol from back in the days when somebody was in trouble.
Okay.
I don't know if it's true or not, but
I don't either. But he did it, and he did it very intentional. It was a very intentional toss of the hat, and I didn't know if it was something that, as a security guard, it was a signal to other security that, hey, there's trouble here. But niggas ran with that.
Yeah.
That was a
right.
bat symbol. Boom! It was a bat.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. That's what they were saying. It was a black
And-
symbol.
Somebody had a picture of a hat in the air as they roll up. I done seen everything. That's been
That hat went up in the air and the Dark Avengers assembled.
yeah, it went down. It went down. So it was some memorable moments in that rumble as well. Of course, one of the symbols along with the hat has been the chair. The chair came back into play. By the way, there was an incident in Detroit where a guy whooped a guy with a chair on video. Yeah, then knocked him the fuck out too. He
Damn.
was just running. He was going backwards, just swinging the chair, bop, 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 and the little guy just fell out on the floor. He hit him one last time and walked off. It was pretty crazy. Uh,
That chair has become a mean king now too.
that's what I said. The chair has been a symbol. Has been a symbol. The guy got a chair tattooed on his arm. Uh, yeah, we've been seeing the folding chairs everywhere now. That's the new. That's a new icon. That become the icon of the whole riverboat fight was the chair.
$13.99.
For me, the true icon for me is the 16-year-old who decided to jump from the boat and swim to the goddamn shore.
He
Go
was
and help this man
definitely
out.
he was definitely the MVP. Yes.
Jermichael Phelps, they calling him.
No, they call him Michael B. Phelps.
Oh,
There's a lot of names I heard for him. So there's been some great names for him. Young Jock Cousteau,
Aquaman.
Aquaman, yeah, Sea Murder, SEA,
Yep.
Sea Murder, uh, Michael B. Phelps, Pookie Phelps. I've heard a bunch of them, man. It's been a ton of them. I don't even remember them all, but they've been going in with the memes, the names, all kind of stuff, man. Been a lot of fun actually to watch the memes. One of the moments for me of the fight that I found interesting was the show of how much these guys were just bullies. Because near the end, I don't know if you caught it, but near the end, two guys came up from behind, and there was one guy turned around and saw him, and they like flanked him and was like, "We about to get you," but before they could sneeze, another guy turned around, another guy turned around, another guy. Now instead of 2-on-1, it's now 5-on-2, and they start retreating, retreat, and they
Oh,
caught them hands. And I just thought that was an interesting scene as well.
yeah, they had their real life horror movie situation there. They just knew they was going to get that bad guy, according
Yeah,
to America. And they fucked around and found out real quick. No, no, no. We like lemur. As soon as that head turns, all of ours go.
yeah, it was that was an interesting moment, and it didn't take long.
Okay, it went down to Alabama on that riverboat.
Man, you see they had them white boys up in the figure four.
Yeah, my man was doing his job. They went to tripping though.
Come on, you know entitlement get you into a slippery slope.
But when he clapped his hands 5 times, man, he was triggered.
And everybody know what that mean when you was a nigga.
And then the white boy came out of nowhere running and hit him.
And then he threw his hat in the air.
That was the signal.
Man, that unity was a beauty for us to see.
I even shed a tear if I keep between you and me.
I wish we had the same energy for the CDC.
The same way that Aquaman came up in DDT.
Should be the same way we fighting welfare in that EBT.
Should be the same way we learning AI and ChatGPT.
We got to learn how our dollars affecting the GDP.
And if we fought this hard every day to build, ain't no telling what we could be.
So it didn't take long for somebody to come out with the riverboat rap.
Hey,
Right?
I'm just gonna say this about that one specifically. That beat was fire as hell.
Right? Yeah, that was pretty dope. That was pretty dope. They used the Trouble T. Roy beat, reminisce over you beat there.
man,
But
I
a little
actually got
bit added
goosebumps.
something to it. What'd you say?
I actually got goosebumps listening to that.
Really?
Listening to the message in it.
Yeah. They had a little bit of those guys are dope, man. They do a lot of cool little stuff. I check them out. I fucks with them. They do a lot of cool little stuff.
Man, send the link to that. I gotta check them out.
You can find it on the Facebook page. Of
Okay.
the Up Doe Show Facebook page, actually. It's right there, all in your face. All in your face.
Yeah, I gotta hear more of that.
So, you want to hear it again?
Okay.
Hear it again. We'll play it later. We'll hear it again later. We'll hear it again. Because right now I want to move on to something else. And I found this extremely interesting, and it's kind of long, So I may cut in here and there. There's a reverend. It's a female reverend. She's white, and she came across a video that she wanted to share first with all of us, and she also at the end she talks about some other content creators that this particular person she suggested he listen to. I don't think we're going to get that far, but I did get the bulk of this video, so I'm going to share this with you guys, and let me know what you think. Uh, it's she said that the incident she feels like the incident is being whitewashed, so to speak. So I'm gonna let you. We're just gonna tap in and let you make up your own mind.
Okay, so there's some whitewashing that's going on about the Montgomery, Alabama incident. So watch this video and then we'll talk about it.
All right, all morning. The only conversation and the only videos I've seen on the feed all morning are this whole thing with the Montgomery brawl. And here's my thoughts on this. Had this had happened, flip the script for a second. Had it been a couple of black guys on that boat and a black guy assault a white security guard, and then a bunch of white folks came to save the day and beat the shit out of a couple of black folks, including women. I mean, that woman got fucking swacked with a fucking lawn chair, or with a chair. I mean, just the whole thing was ridiculous. But just switch it for a second. Had it been the other way around, you wouldn't see all these white folks across the internet celebrating it. Like, yeah, they deserved it. Yeah, we stuck together. This is what we got to do. No. The whole thing is wrong. The whole thing is fucked up because you guys are celebrating this. It was wrong. Had they had just stopped the altercation and it been at that, then that would have been handled like adults, like mature adults. But instead, y'all continue to beat the fuck out of these middle-aged to older people. There was a couple of younger guys there, but two of those ladies getting smacked by chairs? Come on, man. And what situation is that right? In what fucking world are we going to celebrate that? Because I'm telling you right now, if it had been a bunch of white folks fucking beating the shit out of a couple of black kids out there and hitting an old black lady with a fucking chair across the head while she was laying down, not fighting, this would be an entirely different story. Whole different situation. So you guys are celebrating, jumping on these people, but really, you all should be embarrassed. And everybody who's making videos to fucking take up for the whole thing, you're ridiculous. You're all wrong.
Now, Chris, I'm not here to harass you, and I hope you're learning something from all those comments that are on that video. But based on your follow-up video, you're doubling down. Let's watch this clip.
Here's another good one. I'm going to respond to all of these because I feel like you guys need to kind of have a better perspective. Keep your mouth shut. Racists got what they deserved, period. You sound racist with this take. No, I don't sound racist with this take. I sound logical because I look at the facts. I've watched all the videos. I'll say again, those folks that started this altercation with that bodyguard were in the wrong. Okay? No doubt about it. But for you to throw out, oh, racists got what they deserve. At what point in any of the fucking footage did it become apparent that they were racist? That their intent was racist? They were all drunk adults. Somebody, that bodyguard, may have disrespected him and how he asked him to move the boat. May not. I don't know. But I'm going to tell you right now, that started a fight, and then it brought in a bunch of other things that...
Okay, Chris, so as someone who is continually learning what it means to be anti-racist and wants to be a helpful ally, what I hear in your two videos are a lot of patriarchal talking points. So let's see if I can help you out here. Okay, the first thing you do in your video is ask people to flip the script, and you can't do this. That doesn't work in this situation. And whether or not you like it, you have to put this situation in context. Because really what you're doing here is whitewashing. First of all, you're in the Deep South. Secondly, you're in Montgomery, Alabama, which down the road is the Legacy Museum, which is the museum that tells the history of slavery in our country. It was intentionally placed in Montgomery because of that city's history with slavery and how many people passed through its ports on their way to slavery here in America. And whether you like it or not, you have to look at this because you're in the Deep South. Racial tensions are at an all-time high here in America. And you have a black man who is obviously in a position of authority, who is wasting a lot of time and using a lot of words to try to get his point across that the boat needed to be moved. And you're saying that this got out of hand, that everyone needed to act like adults, but it's clear that the men in the pontoon boat were doing the opposite. They were ignoring his requests, and he had to continually come back to them and talk to them about moving the boat. But you really revealed what you believe in your second video because you casually tossed out an excuse for the white drunk men to attack the guard by saying perhaps he said something that was disrespectful. Chris, I'm inviting you to see that that is an indoctrinated belief that is entrenched in white supremacy. The guard is in a position of authority. He can say whatever he needs to say to get those men to move the boat. No one has come forth to say what those men said or what the guard has said, but yet you throw that out as a lifeline to those drunk white men. Now, I'm also pointing out that they were drunk because you seem to be using that as an excuse for their behavior, and it is not. These men, whether they were drinking or not, attacked this guard, and that is going to be seen as racists. When they chose to physically attack him, it's going to be viewed through the lens of racism because they had a choice. They had a choice to honor his demands for them to move the boat, and they did not. That guard had every right to think that he was going to go to work that day and be able to do his job, but instead a group of white men chose to show him that he didn't. Chris, this is a different world that we live in. When a racist song by Jason Aldean hits the charts and white people defend it, when the state of Alabama is restricting voting rights of black people, when racial tensions are escalating due to the fact that people are whitewashing black history, are eliminating DEI programs, and voting for racist politicians, then white men, no matter how drunk they are, they do not get a pass. Chris, you're as white as I am. We are not the ones who get to say whether or not this was a racist incident. Now, you end your first video by saying that basically everyone that is sharing video clips is wrong. So I have no idea whether or not this video is going to find you or if it's going to have any impact on you.
At this point, she moves on and starts to suggest content creators for him to follow, watch, or listen to, because these are content creators she respects and watches, and also she likes their take on the riverboat melee, if for the lack of a better term. But I think she was very, very calm and even spoken, and professional in her approach. I guess for me, I'm more interested on your take on what he said or what she said or both, however you want to approach this. And I'm gonna sit back and listen because I'm interested. I'm curious how you see this entire collection of information you just gathered.
For me, I want to answer one. I want to rebut one of the things that he said in his video. First thing, we're not celebrating the fight. That's not what we're celebrating. We're celebrating the unity that we as black people showed in that fight. And like that song, like the song that you played just a little bit ago, we need more of that. Mm-hmm. We need more of that in education, in finances, in every aspect of black life. We need it,
especially in community.
So that's what we're celebrating, is the unity that we showed. We're not celebrating the fight. We wish the fight didn't happen. But we're celebrating the unity that we showed.
I I'm going to disagree with that last part. I do not say I wish it didn't happen. I think it needed to happen because I think this was kind of one of those situations where it's showing us, the black community, that if we stand together united, we can get shit done and we can make people pay attention and realize shit. Um, but at the same time, he brought up the lady that got hit with the chair. Everybody is bringing up the white lady who got hit with the chair. And they say, well, she was down on the ground, whatever. They neglect to add in the fact that she was down on the ground because she was fighting. And yeah, it is a woman getting hit with a chair, but let's face it, white women have been fighting for equal rights. Now you got that equality that you always wanted and you don't like it.
Come on, man. Just be real. Be real. Come
All
on.
right, but
Come on.
but him bringing up the drunk white man, that strikes a nerve with me, because if it was a drunk or high black man, he's a criminal, he's a thug, he's everything negative under the book other than the N-word, because they can't say it publicly. But because it's a white man, well, we can use that as an excuse. He was intoxicated, so therefore he shouldn't be held accountable for the things he's done or said. That really kind of messed me up.
I would like to say, get the fuck out of my head. You are. That is exactly what I thought. Um, let's flip the script, Mister. You're bullshit. You are full of shit, and that it really irks me because I hear that a lot, and I don't like to use the term racist loosely. So I'll say I'll say bigots, or it is a way that um, race baiters and they like to try to flip the script, and you could get away with it and we couldn't. Bullshit. If there was some black dudes that jumped and it wasn't just a couple of black guys that jumped this guy, they were all jumping this dude. They were all jumping him. It was several of them, and if there was a group of black guys that jumped him, and you said it, they'd be calling them thugs, criminals, these crooks, blah blah blah. And when the white group, as you called it, came and saved the day, in your words, it came and saved the day, you would be calling them just that, heroes that came and saved the day. And you come on, tell me you wouldn't be quote unquote celebrating that and quote unquote talking about y'all. Well, no, we would just say it's all wrong. Bullshit, bullshit. Y'all would be celebrating. Y'all would be calling them heroes. Y'all would have shirts made. Y'all would be doing. They'd be on Fox News, being talked to, interviewed. They'd be getting more props than these black folks are. We would know their names.
Mm-hmm.
Don't give me that shit. Don't give me just chop the good white folks. We would have been respectful. Bullshit. Who the fuck you think you fooling, man? That irks the fuck out of me when y'all try to play like y'all some fucking angels. Y'all drunk adults. Oh, but they were just drunk adults. They weren't thugs. They weren't criminals like it would have been if it was some black guys. So the thugs and criminals deserve it, but the drunk adults, they should get a pass.
Mm-hmm.
You should have just left it at that. Yeah, no, we're all not. And you know what? I partially agree with Big Ed that it's about the unity. That is true. But you know what else it's about? It's about you motherfuckers getting held accountable for a change. Because if it would have just ended there, if it wouldn't have turned into the melee that it turned into, they were already on their boat. They had already gotten back on their boat, which means they would have got back on their boat, they would have took off, and the story would have been swept under the rug, and it never happened. And they would not have been held accountable, and they wouldn't have learned a fucking thing. And neither would you. And that's the problem. But instead, they had to pay the piper. Since the authorities wasn't there to make them pay the piper, the brothers came and made them pay the piper. And you had to pay the piper, and you had to be held accountable, and you had to fuck around and find out. And now that you've been punished for your actions, you learned something. If you had not been punished for your actions, you would have been swept under the rug and you would have got away with it. That's what would have happened, and it wouldn't be, oh, but they were wrong, but you wouldn't have known, and they wouldn't have cared. They would have been off there on their boat bragging on the river about how they kicked the niggas' ass.
Mm-hmm.
And you're right. They would call him all these other names, code words for nigga, because they can't say nigga publicly. But when they got out on that road, on that water by themselves, that's exactly what they would have said.
Mm-hmm.
They would have said what they was thinking. And so they got held accountable because the system don't stand up for us. We had to stand up for ourselves. And that's what happened. So don't miss me with all of that if the script was flip shit. Y'all kill me with that. Y'all kill me with that bullshit. I hear that too much. Oh, you flip the script if I hear it said this and blah, blah, blah. Bullshit. Miss me, man. Y'all act like y'all angels, like y'all don't. Come off of that, man. Y'all motherfuckers is, get the fuck out of here. The fuck out of here with that.
You better shut your white mouth. I'm not kidding you.
Flat out. Man, I'm sorry, man. I need a fucking beer. I need another shot. You wife, this motherfucker pissed me off with that bullshit. And you know what? While I'm there, fuck that. While I'm there, I'm gonna address somebody else, and I'm gonna call you by name, Acorn. Fucking Acorn. Hold on. What'd you say, Big Ed? Go ahead and talk. I'll pour my shit.
I was just saying, I poured wood too.
Got one as well. I'll join you. I'm really interested in this next part. Ooh.
Oh yeah. Cheers.
Let me tell you something. You want to say what you want to say, you get your own fucking show. Don't tell me what to say on my show. You trying to turn my shit into some political fucking argument between, oh, what about the Democrats? They did this and they did that, and the fentanyl is in them. Nigga, if fentanyl is new to you, that's you. Fentanyl was in my hood long before Biden got in office. Fentanyl been running through I've got friends that died of a fentanyl at 17, motherfucker. Don't give me no bullshit. If you got something to say, start your own fucking show. Don't tell me what to say on mine.
And hey,
sorry, not sorry, asshole. Fuck you.
he needs to stop watching Fox News, because if he did, he learned that fentanyl was coming in through the ports, not over the border. It's coming from China. It's being shipped from China through the ports.
I don't care where it's coming
So-
from. For me, when it's shit that some shit that you hear is bullshit, but it's personal to me.
Oh yeah.
Because you ain't dealing with it like I'm dealing with it. I'm in the fucking hood. I'm losing people to this shit. I've lost friends to this shit. I lost a very close friend to this shit. I'm talking somebody that's like family to me. So I don't want to hear that bullshit when it comes to that. Because then it's personal. Like I said, I don't get into politics. But when you start talking shit that's personal to me, I'm in it. I ain't gonna, so for me, it ain't politics. It's personal. That's all. Because I don't do politics. I said it before, I say it again. So don't come up to me talking about we need to be talking about some old politics shit, because that we don't need to be talking about shit you get scared about. I need to be talking about whatever the fuck I want to. You want to talk about what you want to talk about? Start your own show. Leave me the fuck out of it.
Right. And I have to agree with that. Start your own show. If you're really worried about what other people are saying, you want to get your point across, start your own shit. Hell, send me the fucking link. I'll go dog you in your own comment section. It doesn't fucking matter, but he has that.
Man, I'm sorry, man. I didn't mean to get that involved, and I didn't even plan on talking about that. I didn't plan on bringing that up, and I'm not gonna turn this into some political show because you want me to talk about a topic that I'm not about to go down that road to debate you on. And I'm not about to talk about the topic itself and debate it, because that's you drawing me into talking politics on my show, because I don't do it. But I will talk personal. And that shit is personal to me.
Oh yeah.
I know people have been dying of fentanyl. I got friends. I've got a family member he may as well be. I've never known a day in my life where he wasn't somebody that was close enough to me to be a brother. and I lost him in 2017. And I don't give a fuck who was in office. To be honest, I didn't think of it as politics then, and I'm not looking at it as politics now. It's just the streets, and the streets are ugly sometimes, and that's what it is. So fuck you with all of that shit. And I'm not talking about it no more. Let's move on. Next topic. Next, while I'm hot, I'll go ahead and say something that ain't for fun because at least it might calm us down. But it gets away from that bullshit and gets us on to something more real. And that is the death of DJ Casper. We lost DJ Casper this week. Not a guy that had a lot of hits, but he's got an iconic hit. It's called the Cha Cha Slide. Now, if you know, like I know, and Big Ed, you was in southern Wisconsin at the time, so you know that originally it was the Casper Slide.
Yep.
But another song came out called the Casper Slide before his song was actually a song, because originally it was just him in the DJ booth doing the cha cha slide stuff over somebody else's music, and somebody was, and it just became popular, became a hit like that. And then when they put his own music behind him and let him put him in the studio and put some music behind him and let him do his thing, it was already a song called Casper Slide, so he couldn't call it Casper Slide, and they changed it to the Cha Cha Slide,
Right.
and it still became an iconic song.
And man, every party, as a DJ, every party I've ever DJ'd, I've had to play it. It's a must at every party.
Yeah.
So, man.
Parties, football games, all kind of shit.
Right.
Heard everywhere.
So, and man, in fact, at the Minnesota Twins at TC Target Field, they play that, and the whole crowd starts doing the Cha Cha Slide when they start playing it. It's amazing to see.
Yeah, and it is, and rest in peace, Casper. That was my last, and it's just amazing how big it got when you saw the humble beginnings of it. It was a club in Chicago playing an old house music song, and I know the song, but I don't know the name of it, so I couldn't play it. But is playing this song, and he's doing that. He's calling out, slide to the left, slide to the right over this house music, and it became, and somebody played it on the radio, and it became a song. And now it's turned into this phenomenon, and that was actually my last gig in Wisconsin before I moved to Cleveland. My last gig, he was actually Rockford, Illinois, but Latone and I were the host of the party, and I got to bring Casper onto the stage, and we did the Cha Cha Slide. The whole crowd, we were quote unquote, we billed it as let's do the world's largest Cha Cha Slide. That's how we build it, and it was in Rockford, Illinois. It was a gig in Rockford,
At the Clock
Illinois.
Tower?
To be honest, I don't remember, man. That was a long time ago.
Okay.
But that was my last gig. That was my last gig there. We did the Cha Cha Slide, and we brought DJ Casper to Rockford, Illinois.
Yep.
And Latone and I was hosting that. That was my last gig there. So that's interesting. So I had a little special feel there for Casper. We got to kick it with him. We didn't interview him on the radio. We interviewed his representative, but we did get to, kick it with him when we were there. And that was cool, man. That was real cool. That was it was a fun gig. It was packed out. And we did the Cha Cha Slide for the whole crowd, did it together because they were all bought into the world's largest Cha Cha Slide idea. So it was real dope event.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So rest in peace, rest in power to DJ Casper, man. And once again, I want to say big get well soon to my boy Bill Hill. Also on another rough note, Maui, Hawaii had wildfires. You see that?
Man, that is nuts. Burnt up the whole island, pretty much. It looks like. I mean, there's like nothing left.
Yeah, and at the same time, right outside the island, so the best they were able to do is kind of get out on the waters and try to go around the island, but they couldn't actually go directly anywhere because apparently there was a hurricane moving into the island at the same time.
Right. That's what was actually fueling the fire with the
Yeah, that's what,
winds from the hurricane.
right. That's what started it, right? There was they call it firestorms.
And I knew
I didn't
Dora
know
was
that
a bitch.
firestorms was a real thing. I thought it was just a term. But firestorms are storms where the wind is so high that at the center of it generates heat. And if the ground is dry enough, and they hadn't been getting any rain, so the ground was very dry. And if the ground is dry enough, the heat generated from this wind creates a fire. That's why it's called that's what's called a firestorm. I never knew that.
Me neither.
I just thought it was like just a phrase.
Right.
I didn't know that that was a real thing, but that's what really that's what created the fire there in Hawaii.
And
Wow.
the thing about that is like when you look at the after pictures, the before and after pictures, you
That's
know,
amazing.
it it looks like Hiroshima.
Yeah,
It's
it does.
scary.
It does.
It's scary. Even the
And
water turned gray. The water is blue in one picture and then it's gray in the other. The water even turned gray.
right.
It's a scary. It looks like the after picture is in black and white.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's insane.
Yeah, it's terrible, man. It's terrible. It was.
They say that people were jumping in the ocean trying to escape the fire,
Yeah. Wow.
and it was I was watching a news story earlier. They said that they were already short of construction workers because they didn't have enough houses, for construction workers or service workers. So they were short in a couple areas.
Mhm.
And now all of those workers don't have homes.
Yeah.
So they're all going to be leaving the island,
Well, the
trying
island
to get somewhere else.
right now it's either abandon the island or do a complete rebuild.
Man, sad situation. I'm
it's
praying for them.
me too, man. It is scary, man. That was a scary look. It really was, man. It really was. Uh, I don't know how much time we got left, but I want to go ahead and jump to something that's little lighter of a story. I don't know if y'all realize it, but Twitter is no longer Twitter. It's now called X.
Yep.
So is it still called tweeting or is it called Xing?
I don't know. I haven't actually been on it since it changed. So I can't tell you.
I still say it's tweeting. They
I
don't.
think it's Xing.
It's texting. I don't like that. I don't like my exes like that. So I can't really put that out there like that.
When you're asking, you crossing something off.
Yeah, it
Well,
is. You're crossing it out. Yeah, that's what you're doing. You're crossing.
yeah, you're cross. Yeah, I like that.
No, because the crossing would be no.
Yeah.
It's got to be X.
It's got to be musking.
Well, like with PlayStation, when you hit the X button, when in the PlayStation manual, it's the cross button. It's not the X button.
You are correct.
button.
It is cross. And you know what? If you're crossing railroad tracks, they use no Xing, right?
Yep.
Crossing, although that's considered atheist, right?
Hey,
Did you know that? Did you know that? Did you know that that's a lot of people think that's created by atheists? The no crossing thing.
I don't understand that.
No,
The
Yeah.
I never heard that.
So here we go. So you put an X. X is the symbol of the unknown. That's why Malcolm X called himself Malcolm X because his last name was Little, but he said Little was actually the name that was created was given to him by the owner of the plantation. So slaves were
Right.
given the plantation owner's last name. So Little is that slave owner's name, is not mine. And since I don't know my real last name, I will replace it with the symbol of the unknown, which is the X. And
Right.
so they said these signs that says no crossing, but they replaced the word cross with an X. It's because it's atheist. They don't recognize the word cross because it has something to do with God. The same with Christmas, and they go Xmas. They replace the word Christ with the symbol of the unknown and
Oh
say
wow.
Xmas. Yeah. Somebody told me that a long time ago because
And
I
that's a rabbit hole that we don't need to go down right now.
yeah, I know, right? I know.
That's its own show on its own right there, because we could go through all that type of stuff, but that's like a 10-hour show. That's a big
Right.
on Facebook show.
Yeah. We won't go down that road right now.
That's a smoke session on Facebook show, right?
OG, you said you don't talk politics. I don't talk religion.
Okay, all right. That's anti, but
Right.
okay, I got you. Fair enough.
I
Uh,
talk it all because I like to start shit.
you see,
Yeah,
there you
Waze just don't care. He'll talk anything.
I'll talk
He
anything.
That's
don't give a
fair
fuck.
enough, man. That's fair enough. I used to be in politics, so I became anti-politics when politics became so much about politics and less about people.
Yeah.
So now it's all about. I'm either a Fox News and Republicans are always right and Democrats are always wrong, or I'm MSNBC and the Democrats are always wrong and always right and the Republicans are always wrong, and there's nobody else actually in the middle saying what's right and what's wrong for real.
Right.
It's just about what's left and what's right, not what's right and what's wrong. And so once it got there, and I saw that there's no way out, I said, "Fuck politics. I don't even vote. Fuck it. What's the use? It's all a big pile of bullshit. And anybody try to drag me down that road can suck a dick and go the other way." That said,
The show.
Mayor Jane Castor, the mayor of Tampa Bay, Florida, of Tampa,
Okay.
not Tampa, Florida, not Tampa Bay. I'm in my football mode now. In Tampa, Florida, she was on a family fishing trip, and they caught something they didn't expect to catch.
Was it a
They hauled
submarine?
in 70 pounds of cocaine.
I wish I was on that boat. Man, I wish I was on that boat.
Man, I sure would have found some way to flip that shit. Kidding me?
Man.
That's free
And
money.
you know what I'm hearing is that that's not that uncommon down there.
Yeah, I would say it is. It's got to be. That's a lot of coke. That's a lot of money. People
Well,
die for that
let me
much
put it
money.
this way. Let me put it this way.
People die for that much money.
It's not uncommon that cocaine that you'll find bales of cocaine floating in Florida. That's just what they're saying.
Okay. Well, I'll be in Tampa in October, and I'll let you know.
Okay.
I'm gonna go out on a boat fishing for coke.
You
Better
said,
go
"I'm
fishing
looking
for
the
marlins."
sea bass. Is it
And maybe I'll catch a fish.
Yeah.
I was out looking for coke, and I caught a fish. Yeah.
But how crazy is that a government official is
That
the one
is-
that actually came across it?
Because she got caught at customs.
Thank you. I think because she knew.
Mm-hmm.
She knew that.
Yeah, did it. She did it.
Knew it was gonna be there.
money in this motherfucker.
That's the way to get it through customs.
Anyway, I don't know. What should I do? I've got this poem that I want to share with y'all, but I didn't find a good place to put it in my show. But it's a really cool poem. It probably fit better with the riverboat story than anything else, but it really didn't fit there either.
Well, if it doesn't,
Don't know where to put it.
I guess it's a good closer.
Okay, let's just put it all the way at the end and just wrap it up with that. So let's say this. Let's go on to the last story. A supermarket in Austria had to close down and evacuate after a highly venomous spider was spotted. Now, this is not your average venomous spider, folks. This spider is called the Brazilian wandering spider. And not only can it kill you, but it can also cause permanent erection?
Oh,
I know there's a biologist out there right now trying to extract the venom
man.
and just pull out that one part of that spider's DNA that causes a permanent erection in the venom.
Man, can you imagine going to that funeral? Mommy, why won't the casket close?
You didn't know what long dick was. You gonna learn today.
He said you're gonna find out today.
Shout out to Kevin Hart since I'm using your joke there.
So I find this kind of funny. I find this kind of ironic because you know how these spiders travel, how they find themselves in other countries because they are from Brazil, but they find themselves into Europe because they hide in the banana.
Hey, I have always I tell my kids and I tell my wife the worst spider I've ever seen in my life is a banana spider. There's actually a banana spider.
I know, but these spiders cause permanent erections and they hide in the bananas.
Goddamn, imagine if that bit a woman though. If it hit a woman, you know,
I was imagine
that clip will be on swole.
Talk about a fat pussy.
Oh, yeah.
Sir, I know this is the What Up Doe show. It's not the smoke session. So, Waze, we can't say that. We can't say that.
I didn't say a swear word.
I
did not say a swear word.
You're the one that said it. I just find it funny that they hide in the bananas and they cause. It's like that would be the first place you're supposed to look.
Right? It's not the bananas, it's the sausages.
And why are these bananas so stiff?
Man, this is the fullest banana I've ever seen.
Oh wow. We need to start getting our bananas from Brazil.
Yeah, these bananas are huge.
Good Lord.
Oh my God, y'all.
But I do agree with Big Ed. That geneticist got to be finding that shit. He's like, man, look, fuck Bluetooth. I got something better.
Oh yeah, I guarantee it. There's a scientist out there right now trying to extract the DNA that causes permanent erections.
It's a whole lot of money in this motherfucker.
Hey, that's what he's thinking.
And it'll be covered by healthcare.
Anyway, I do want to close the show out. I know Big Ed wanted to hear that rap again, but we're not going to play it. Y'all want to hear it again? Want to hear the rap again, then the poem? No, we're gonna go. We're gonna move on. We're gonna move on.
Go ahead. Just move on.
It's been long enough. So, that's it for the What Up Doe show, man. Want to thank y'all for joining us, and I hope you enjoyed the show. And if you didn't, well, I'm sorry, not sorry again, because I can imagine why you didn't. Anyway, I thought it was a fun show. I thought it was informative, and y'all be good. Catch y'all next time. This is a poem by a guy named Obi West, and I want to send this out to all the black queens out there. I love you. And not only, you know what, I'm just going to send it out to all the women in general. I ain't going to even make it race specific. So this is Obi West.
This is a quiet woman with a loud aura. Her value is the highest volume in the room. Highest volumes and shrooms affixed to helium balloons. Her happiness is self-inflicted. She can appreciate a compliment, but she isn't depleted if she doesn't receive it. Her beauty goes beyond say. Without it having to be said, she knows that she's nose-like. She's conservative, but her confidence twerks, so she shows her ass without ever shaking her waist. She's recycled her wasted days and repurposed the material to manufacture a stress-free future. So now all these heart hackers' attacks have no impact. She's an empath. So she's very careful about where she places her energy. Society tests her on a daily. She just dons her cape and she superheroes through the hearsay. She dances to all the doubt like Diddy produced it. Even when under the gun, she performs like no weapon has been formed. This woman goes against all odds until she gets even. This woman, she's unbelievable. She's brilliant. She's beautiful. She's smart. She's resilient. She's destined for success. Most importantly and surprisingly, she's present. She's in this room. She's you. She's you. She's you. She's you. She's you. She's all of you. I want to thank you all for listening. I'm Obi West.
Oh, and in case I don't see you, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.
What up, though?